All right, let's talk about AI. Today, we're going to cut through all the science fiction, all the marketing hype, and really get to the bottom of what artificial intelligence actually is, how it works, and, why it feels like it's suddenly just everywhere.
But first, I've got a question for you. Just picture a self-driving car, and it's been programmed to follow every single traffic law absolutely perfectly, 100% of the time. Now, is that car a good driver? I mean, really think about it. Out there on the road, we humans, we bend the rules a little, don't we? We inch forward at a stop sign, we let someone merge when we don't have to, we adapt to the messiness of it all. A car that just follows the book to the letter might just get stuck in traffic forever. This little puzzle, it gets right to the very heart of what we're talking about today. What do we really mean by intelligence?
You see, if we're going to build something that's artificially intelligent, we first have to sort of agree on what natural intelligence even is. And it turns out there are a couple of different ways to look at it. And that difference, well, that's the key challenge for everyone building AI.
So on the right, you've got this very rigid, logical process. That's how a computer naturally thinks, right? It just follows a set of strict rules. But then on the left, you've got the human way of doing things. It's messy, it's intuitive, and we're constantly adapting to a reality that's just unpredictable. The whole problem with that self-driving car is that it's programmed for the world on the right, but it has to survive in the world on the left. To really work, an AI has to learn to act a little more human, not just perfectly rational.
So what kind of intelligence are we actually trying to build? Well, it turns out it's not just one thing. It's this whole package deal. The ability to learn as you go, to reason through problems, to wrap your head around complicated stuff, and this is a big one, to see how different ideas connect. It's that combination of skills that AI is trying to copy.
So, if we've had the basic concepts for AI for decades, why is this massive explosion happening right now? Well, the answer isn't just about better code, it's about the fuel that's powering the whole engine. And that fuel is data.
I mean, just look at that number, 2.5 quintillion. That's a 25 followed by 17 zeros. It's just mind-boggling. And that's how many bytes of data we are creating every single day. Every photo you post, every show you stream, every sensor out there in the world, it all becomes the raw material that an AI can learn from.
This insight right here is so important. A lot of the core algorithms, the math behind today's AI, they aren't new at all. Some of them are decades old. The game changer was this sudden, unbelievable flood of data. The algorithms were like these incredibly powerful engines just sitting there waiting for fuel, and the internet finally delivered it, basically by the truckload.
And this data fuel comes in two main flavors. You've got your structured data, that's the neat, tidy stuff that fits perfectly in a spreadsheet. But the huge majority of that 2.5 quintillion bytes, it's unstructured. It's messy, complex stuff like pictures, songs, and videos. A huge breakthrough for modern AI was getting it to learn directly from all that chaos.
Okay, so if data is the fuel, then let's talk about the engine that actually burns it, the learning algorithms. This is where the real learning magic in machine learning happens.
And here's the crucial difference. Traditional software is all about explicit rules. You, the programmer, write, if X happens, then do Y. But machine learning completely flips that around. Instead of giving the system the rules, you give it tons of data and the right answers, and it actually figures out the rules for itself.
Think about how a toddler learns what a tree is. You don't sit them down with a biology textbook, right? No, you just point at trees and you say, tree. And after they see enough of them, they build their own little internal concept of what a tree is. That is exactly how this works. By looking at thousands of pictures that are all labeled tree, the system develops its own idea of treeness, and it can then use that idea to spot trees in new photos it has never, ever seen before.
Now, it turns out there isn't just one way to build that learning engine. Over the years, 5 main schools of thought, you could almost call them tribes, popped up. You had the symbolists using pure logic, the Bayesians using statistics and probability, and so on. But the one tribe that is absolutely dominating everything today is the Connectionists. Their big idea was, hey, what if we just try to copy the structure of the human brain? And that inspiration led directly to what we now call neural networks, which power pretty much this entire AI revolution.
So we've got our recipe, massive amounts of data as the fuel and these powerful learning algorithms as the engine. Let's take a look at how this combination is being used to build some incredible things that are already out there changing the real world.
So take a look at something like the Da Vinci surgical system. Now, it's not replacing the surgeon, The surgeon is still 100% in charge, but the AI-powered robot becomes an extension of their hands. It filters out any tiny, natural hand tremor and scales down their movements, which lets them perform surgery with a level of precision that a human hand, on its own, just can't achieve.
AI is also becoming our partner in exploring the final frontier. It's combing through just enormous data sets that get sent back from spaceships, looking for scientifically important stuff, and it's also automating the incredibly complex job of managing whole constellations of satellites, keeping them all in orbit and making sure they don't crash into each other.
And it's giving machines the ability to actually perceive our world. Robots like Figure 1 are amazing. They combine these big language models with actual physical bodies. So this allows them to understand a spoken command like, "Hey, can you pass me that apple?" Then actually see the apple on the table, and then perform the task of picking it up and handing it to you. It's pretty wild.
But, it's not all high-tech surgery and robots in space. AI is deeply, deeply woven into our daily lives. When your credit card company sends you a text about a weird-looking purchase, that's AI detecting a strange pattern. When an online store recommends a product you actually end up loving, or a busy hospital efficiently schedules hundreds of rooms, or a giant cargo ship gets an alert to avoid a whale, that is all AI, just working quietly in the background.
So where is all of this going? The most powerful way to think about AI isn't as a replacement for people, but as a brand new type of tool that can augment our own abilities. Think back to that surgical robot. The human surgeon provides the creativity, the intention, and the critical judgment. The AI provides incredible speed, incredible precision, and the ability to process data on a scale we just can't imagine. And the combination of the two, it's way more powerful than either one could ever be alone. That, right there, is the future.
So let's just bring it all together. The basic recipe for modern AI is actually pretty simple when you break it down. You start with the ingredients, huge, massive quantities of data. Then you use the instructions, these powerful learning algorithms that process all that data. And the result, the final dish, is this whole menu of transformative applications, from saving lives in surgery to helping you find your next favorite song.
And that brings us right to our final thought. As this technology gets more and more powerful, the most important question starts to shift. It's no longer really about the technical side of what AI can do. It's about the human choices, about what we should do with it. And that is the conversation that every single one of us needs to be a part of.